Hello everyone, it is Arika Misha. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video and today's title. Let me get into it. I know you didn't bring that into the new year. Let me read my notes on this one, y'all. I know you didn't bring that into the new year. I know you didn't. Spending time talking to God and reading my word, I was talking to God about some things, and God said to me, now I know you didn't bring that into the new year. I felt so bad and disappointed. I felt like I had failed God. I just continued to pray and talk to God, and I said, God, it just fell on my mind, but I don't want to go back to anything. When the enemy tries to get us to go back and revisit certain things in our minds, we need to pray and move on and ask God for strength. Now, God knows. And it wasn't that I was trying to, God was right. I ain't even going. I'm not even finna do that. God said, now I know you didn't bring that into the new year. God said, I know you did. I said, God, I was thinking. God said, I know you was thinking. He said, I know you was thinking. He said, and that thought was supposed to have been left. And I did. I felt bad. I felt guilty. I felt like I had let God down. I had felt like, I was thinking about, something, and God was like, what you doing? What you doing? I was like, nah, I know you're not thinking about, because of course God knew I was thinking about, God said, I know you're not thinking about that. I know you're not thinking about that. And I was like, God, I'm human. He said, yeah, I know you're human. He said, you ain't got to tell me I made you. He said, but, nah. God said, nah, He said, don't even entertain that spirit. He said, don't even entertain that spirit. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. God said, when you think about it, just start praying. God said, when you think about it, come talk to me. God said, come talk to me. God said, I'll get it off your mind. He said, shall I remind you? Shall I remind you of the foolery and what you went through? I said, no, oh no, God. No. You ain't got to remind me. You ain't got to remind me how I felt, what I went through. God, you ain't got to remind me. I said, nope. I said, God, you're right. I said, God, you was right. Let me hush. Let me shut my thoughts up. Let me shut my thoughts up. Yeah. God said, now I know you didn't bring that. Isn't that just what we do? Like, that's what, it's like the enemy wants us to revisit stuff. He wants us to go back to stuff. He wants us to be like, oh, you say you left this in last year. You still thinking about this. You still want to do this. You still want to move on. You still trying to do this. You still trying to do that. You ain't moved on. And God said, yeah. God said, no. God said, when those thoughts get into your head, when you want to go back to something, or you want to continue doing something, God said that I have delivered you from. Yeah, God said, I'm going to need you to come talk to me so I can remind you not to go back to that foolery. I'm going to need to tell you and remind you what I delivered you from. God said, yeah, I'm going to need you to focus on me. And you know what? Y'all? When we have those moments, when we have, those times where we want to revisit stuff and think about stuff, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, we human, we think about stuff, we reminisce about stuff, but trust God and pray and ask God to help you with it. Just like God was getting on me, God was like, nah, no doggone well. I said, it's 2025, what you talking about? God said, I don't think so. I said, God, I'm sorry. I was just thinking. He said, yeah. He said, and that's how it starts, with a thought. That's how it starts, with a thought. The thought plants the seed. I said, you're right, God. You're right. God said, now I know. And I was like, just when you think you've grown past something. Just when you think you've matured, to a certain level, God reminds you, stay humble. Stay humble. He reminds me. God reminds me. God says, stay humble. He said, yeah. He said, you growing. He said, you growing and you going. He said, yeah. He said, but don't let the enemy try to get you to stunt your growth, or to get you to, oh, he see that I'm growing, so he trying to do everything in his power to stop me from growing. God says, stay focused. Stay focused. I'm telling you, 2025, we got to stay focused, because the enemy is going to be trying to distract us in any way that he can. And he will use anybody that he can. Yeah. And that's what God was saying to me. God said, no. Don't even let that old thought, don't even let it plant a seed. God said, I rebuke that seed. God said, and I plant a seed. That's what God said to me. He said, I rebuke that seed. And God said, this the seed we gonna plant. We planting, moving on. Done moved on. God said, let's focus on something else. God said, what about what I was talking to you about the other day? What about that? God said, that's where your mind need to be. God said, your mind need to be on what I was talking to you about the other day. God said, what's going on with that? What's the situation with that? God said, you wrote them notes down? God said, did you read that Bible verse I gave you? God said, that's what you need to be focused on. I said, God, you're right. So right. It was such a humbling moment. It was such a humbling moment. It was such a humbling moment. It really was. And I thank God. I thank God for stepping right in. And God said, no, don't even. God said, we ain't even in February yet. God said, don't even let the enemy. See, this is what I'm talking about. God said, we're going to have to stay focused in 2025. We're going to have to stay focused. And I said, God, thank you so much. Because right when I want to get off track, God said, Right when I want to look this way, he said, look straight. God said, focus on me. Look at me. Don't look to your left. Don't look to your right. God said, just look at me. Just look straight at me. Isn't God amazing? That's why I love him. He always going to take care of me. He always going to steer me right. He always going to get on me when he needs to. Don't bring it into New Year. Leave it where it was at. Don't bring it. Don't even let the enemy do it. Let God fill your thoughts. Let God, Holy Spirit, fill you. Alright, guys. This is Arika Misha. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my spiritual journey. Thank you guys for being here, showing me your love and support. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. God bless.